Hey guys, welcome back to E-Bike Random Adventures. Today we're going to be taking a look at the KOOMAMBA ZU06 e-scooter. The KOOMAMBA scooter does come with this green and black design, and they did put a little mamba snake pattern down on the deck. Pretty cool. The 52 volt 20 amp hour battery does power a 1200 watt hub drive motor in the rear. This is supposed to give you up to 35 miles per hour. We will try that out. It does come with 10-inch pneumatic fat tires to help you get over the bumps and get off-road a little bit. In addition to that, it does have the full suspension on this one. I have ridden the scooter already. The suspension is quite nice on this one. It does have quite a bit of travel, and this one can easily get over the bigger bumps. The scooter does come with mechanical disc brakes on the front and the rear, so it's going to give you some decent stopping power. There is no particular branding on them, but they work pretty well. Let's talk about the weight of the scooter. This is a portable scooter. It does fold down, but it does weigh in at 73 pounds, so it does have a little bit of weight to it. It's still a little bit lighter than an e-bike. And with the 10-inch pneumatic tires, the scooter does have a weight limit of up to 390 pounds. The handlebar height here is at 51.6 inches. I am a 6-foot rider. Let me show you how I fit on this scooter. There's a little bit less space when the seat is on here, but you can still fit on here. I do have size 12 feet. I can fit my feet on the deck even with the seat installed, but if you need more space than that, you can get the scooter without the seat or you can remove the seat. As you can see, the scooter has a nice suspension. It really has some good travel to it. It's one of my favorite features of this scooter. It does have a nice soft seat. There's some springs underneath here, so this gives you some spring. There is a suspension seat post here at the bottom. I'll show you how much travel that thing has. When you sit down, it's going to drop down quite a bit. It's really soft. Between the suspension seat post and the rear suspension, you're getting a lot of travel here. Another thing I like about this scooter in particular is it does have a really sharp lockover turning radius compared to some other scooters. Turns really well. With the 52 volt 20 amp hour battery, the scooter is supposed to give you a range of up to 50 miles. That's definitely going to be riding on the lower power settings. If you're out there ripping around on the top speed of up to 35 miles per hour, you're going to get quite a bit less range. All right, guys, let me bring you in here closer. We're going to take a look at the scooter. I'll show you how the seat folds down. I'll show you how the handlebars can fold down. I'll show you the lights on the scooter, and then we're going to take this thing out and ride it. Here's a look at your 10-inch pneumatic tires. They do have an all-terrain pattern to them. You can ride these on the street, or you can take these off-road. Here's your mechanical disc brakes. You get this set up on the front and the back. I don't see any numbers on the rotors, but they look to be about 160 millimeter rotors. Unbranded brakes. They do stop this really well, though. Here is your front suspension spring, pretty heavy duty back here. Let me show you that lock over turn. Here's a closer look at your handlebar stem lock. This is pretty heavy duty, guys. You do have to unscrew this till it comes out of the slot there. And then the handlebars still can't move because there is a secondary pin here. You have to pull this out, then you can lay your handlebars over. Make sure you got that out far enough. There you go. This is what your seat looks like. It does have a nice amount of padding on it. This can be adjusted up and down for different heights. It does have the suspension seat post integrated into it. And this whole assembly can be laid over. You do need to take out your seat to do that. Let me take it out now. Once the seat is removed, you can unlock the mechanism here. It has a secondary latch. Pull that over. You can lay this down. And you're going to want to lay this seat post down if you're going to transport the scooter because the handlebar mechanism will latch into this hole right here. Let me show you that. This little hook mechanism right here is going to go in this hole, and this is how you're going to pick up the scooter. Latch that in the hole. That's how the scooter looks folded, and then you can pick up the whole thing like this. It's a little bit heavier in the back where the motor is. It does weigh 73 pounds. Here's your rear swing arm, guys. It is pretty heavy duty, painted green. You do have a large spring in the back for your rear suspension. It does have a fender on it. This is the place where you can put your foot while you're riding. Let's take an overall look at the riding deck. It does have the mamba snake integrated into it. It does have the no-slip grip on it. The charging port for the scooter is up here in the front. It does take the 3-pin charger. I love having the charging port up here on top instead of down on the bottom of the scooter. This scooter does come with a 2-amp charger that does charge up to 58.8 volts. And this is how my size 12 feet fit on the deck, even with the seat installed. Still plenty of space. If you remove this seat post, you're going to have a whole lot of room on here. Here's a look at the heavy-duty handlebar stem. It does say KOOMAMBA down the side. This is pretty beefy, guys. They do give you this case on the front here. This is optional. You can put this on if you want to. Before I turn the scooter on, I do want to say their user manual is pretty nice. It does have all the P settings here. You can change the settings. Like if you don't want cruise control on, you can change this one right here, P8. You can change it from a 1 to a 0. So all the options are right here for you in the book. Let me show you the controls in the display. There's 2 ways to power this scooter up. You could do a long press on the power button to start it up, or you can do a short press and use the NFC card. Let's do the long press first. Press and hold it. There you go. It's going to ask you for a password here. It's set at 0 right now. You can change that password. If you want to put the password in, just put all zeros. Press the power button. 4 zeros, it's going to turn on the scooter. The other way to turn on the scooter is using the NFC cards they give you. They do give you 2 NFC cards. You're going to press the power button one time short. You're going to get a beep. Then you can use your NFC card up here in the corner. You can turn it on. You can turn it back off. If you want to turn it on again, it's not going to work. You do have to press that power button one quick press. Then you can use it. Pretty convenient though. All right, over here on your control panel, you get a horn. It's kind of an electronic sounding horn. You get the plus and minus for your assist levels. Let's see. Gear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This button here is for dual motor or single motor, but this is a single motor scooter. You get your headlight switch. That does indicate up here on the top. You get your large mile per hour reading. You get your trip down here at the bottom. Let me press the power button. You can cycle through trip, odometer. You can see your voltage, timer, back to trip. You get your mechanical brake levers. These cables are adjustable. They do have the power cutoffs on them, both sides. The scooter does have ABS as well. We will try that out on the ride. Over here on the right side, the scooter does have a thumb throttle. It does run up to 41 unloaded. Like I said, this scooter does have cruise control. If you hold it for 5 seconds, then you can let go. It's going to keep on running. You have to hit the throttle again to cancel it, or one of the brake levers. All right, let's take a look at the headlight. That's the headlight on the wall. It does kind of have a wide beam. It is pretty bright. On the front of the scooter, there is some white running lights on both sides. All these 3 lights together are pretty bright. Running down the side, you get the colored KOOMAMBA lights. In the back of the scooter, you get the red running lights on both sides. This one does have a bright tail light. Does light up for the brake light. And it does have turn signals. The turn signals do indicate up here on the screen, and they do beep, so you're not going to be riding around with the turn signal on. The switch for the turn signals is right down here at the bottom. Alright guys, let's take the KOOMAMBA ZU06 electric scooter out for a ride. The water level's starting to come back up. We've been getting a lot of rain lately. They usually let the water out in the winter, but it's almost springtime and it's coming back up. Let me start by saying right away, I love the size of this scooter. Me being 6 foot tall, this just feels perfect. Let me look again. I don't believe these handlebars, no, they don't have any height adjustment. So that is the handlebar height, and it's perfectly fine with me. All right guys, I got the GPS app started here on my phone. We can check if the speedometer is accurate. We can also check what our top speed is on this ride. Let's go through these gears. There are 5 different gears on this scooter. The screen is visible out here in the sun. It's not super bright, but actually when I take my glasses off, it's pretty clear. The speedometer is pretty clear. The speed mode gear is actually a little bit harder to see because it is green. All right, gear 1 is showing me 9 miles per hour on board, 9 miles per hour on the GPS, so that's pretty close. Let's try gear 2 now. Nice and mild in gear 1 and 2. All right, that's running 12 miles an hour on board, 11 miles per hour on the GPS. All right, let's try out gear 3. Got a pretty big jump up in power there for gear 3. It's leveled out at 21 on board, 19 on the GPS. So there is about a 2 mile per hour gap now. All right, let's turn it around here. We will try gear 4. All right, gear 4's got a pretty strong acceleration. It's reading 27, 28. GPS is reading about 25. It's reading 28 on board. So basically 25 miles an hour in gear 4. I'm gonna put the phone in my pocket, turn around. We will try top speed. Let's go ahead and do an acceleration run here while we're at it. Start from a dead stop. Gear 5, let's go. This is your acceleration. 15, 20, 25. Showing 30 on board. I am gonna give it a tuck now. All right guys, got it up to 37 on board. I'm guessing it was a little bit slower than that in reality. Let me pull over here and see what the GPS registers. I am a 215-pound rider today. All right, we had 37 on board. GPS registered 33 miles per hour, so that's GPS verified 33 miles per hour on this scooter. That is the top speed with me on it as a 215-pound rider. Pretty fast scooter, guys. It's not getting up to 37, 38, but 33 is pretty quick. I think their website actually claimed 30 to 35 miles per hour, depending on rider weight, when I read a little bit farther down into the details. So it definitely was in that range at 33 miles per hour. Let's go check out the suspension a little bit here. There's some pretty good bumps on this trail. We'll check out the braking. We'll see how the suspension feels. See these tree roots sticking through the ground here? All right, not bad, not bad. Definitely superior to a hardtail scooter. You can run over these bumps without being afraid. It does have the 10-inch pneumatic tires. They take up a little bit of the bumps also. All right, guys, this is some pretty rough stuff here, and the scooter does just fine. Does have a nice little bounce to it with the front and rear suspension. Pretty comfortable ride here. I'm definitely not mad at it. Let's take it over here, just do a little light off-roading here in the grass. See what kind of power it has for off-roading. Not gonna go down there, it's gonna get a little soggy. All right, I can hear the motor working, pulling me up. Not too bad. It can get you out here. It's nothing like a dual motor scooter, but it's pretty strong. Definitely enough power to get you off-road though. I actually think the power level on this scooter is more than sufficient for a 200-pound rider. It's a pretty strong, pretty fast scooter. Here's the big hill. Let's take it up this hill with a run-on. This hill is huge. So we made it up the big hill with ease, guys. I am gonna go back down there to the bottom, and we will try it from a dead stop and see how it does without a run-on. Once those dogs make their way down the hill. All right, let's check this ABS out. Let's see if I can feel it. Yeah, I can hear it. So there is ABS on this scooter. If you pull the brakes a little bit, you can hear the motor start humming. It's helping us maintain our speed down this hill. All right, guys, we're gonna stop at the bottom of the hill now and try it from a dig. This scooter does have 1200 watts of power on that rear motor. We'll see what it can do from a dead stop up this big hill. All right, we're in gear 5, let's go. Accelerating pretty hard. Pulling us up with ease. Lots of power up the hill, guys. That's really good for a single motor scooter. I mean, that would be like expected for a dual motor scooter, but this thing did really well for only having a single motor. I do want to do a brake pull here. They're still bedding in, but this ground is a bit mossy. I think that's gonna skew our results a little bit. Let me try to find an area without all the moss. We'll do a brake test. We'll pull the brakes from about 20. Got disc brakes in the front, disc brakes in the rear. All right, that's about 20 right there. Wow. So I pulled it right there where that black top has a little crease in it. It stopped us really good, guys. Good set of brakes. I can actually smell a little rubber. I laid down a little rubber there. That was pretty impressive. Better than I thought. Let me pull them one more time here, just for fun. Oh yeah. These brakes can lock up these tires. Let me show you one thing I like about this scooter a lot. That's different than some other scooters. You can turn this one quite a bit farther. A lot of these scooters, the way they're designed, they lock over about right there. They start hitting a wall. This one can go a lot farther on the turnaround. So if you just want to walk around with it, it's a little bit easier. Nice tight turning radius. Don't forget this is a 52-volt scooter, so it just has that little bit of extra pep to it. This is the roughest road on earth right there. We just crossed it with ease. One thing you gotta be a little careful of is this cruise control kicks on really fast, and you might be expecting that you can stop, but the cruise control is on, and it doesn't beep or anything, so you don't really realize it came on. Roll out here to the lake. Pretty soft down here. It rained a lot. The scooter's pretty capable though. The mud got a little deep on me back there. Well, it was able to pull us up from that lake shore. Well, since I left the seat on here, let me sit down here for a little bit. I don't know how this is gonna come through on camera with all this right in front of you. I'm actually kind of happy I left the seat on here. Get to take a little break here. We'll see how the little dogs like it. Hello. The little doggies like the scooter. They want to chase it. Yeah, I just went over some of the bumps sitting down. This suspension seat post is like sitting on cloud 9, so here's a big bump here. Oh yeah. Very comfortable. I've rode a lot of these scooters, guys, and this one is definitely very nice. I like the way it feels. I like the way it handles. It does have cable disc brakes, not hydraulics, but they can really stop this thing. The EABS is not very strong on this one. I can hear it come in, I can hear it come on, but it's kind of a light EABS. I do like that to be a little bit stronger. But this only has the one motor in the back, so you're not gonna get the braking effect of two motors. I've put 7.4 miles on it so far, and I've been riding pretty hard, pretty fast, climbing hills and all that. And it's only lost one battery bar after 7.5 miles, so it seems to be running pretty efficient. I think if you ride at some lower speeds, like say 10 to 15 miles an hour, you are gonna get some great range out of this scooter. If you're out there ripping, pulling at 33 miles an hour, you're probably not gonna get to 50 miles. I'm just gonna get this out there now. People always seem to ask in the comments, does this have run flat tires? I don't think so. This is a set of 10-inch tires with tubes installed. They are pretty wide, beefy tires with a short sidewall that is pretty solid. So even if the tire did go flat, you're probably going to be able to ride at a slow speed. Don't take my word for it though. I haven't tried it, and I'm probably too heavy to do that anyhow. Put some Kevlar in those tires. They won't go flat on you. But I'd much rather have these nice pneumatic tires to ride on than the solid tires anyhow. This is a much better ride. They got kind of like a on-road, off-road pattern to them. They ride quiet. I don't hear any tire noise. But they do have a little bit of knobby tread to them, so you can do some off-roading like I did back there on that lake shore without any trouble. The scooter does have a 390-pound weight limit, and it only weighs in at 73 pounds. Do I think this is the scooter for you if you're 390 pounds? No, I do not. Get yourself a dual motor, a big old dual motor, 5,000, 6,000 watt scooter if you weigh 390 pounds. This could get you moving on the flat ground, and I'm sure it could carry somebody that's 390 pounds, but this is not the scooter you should be shopping for at that weight. I do think this scooter is perfect for people up to about 250 pounds. It's got plenty of power for that size. And it's kind of I would classify it as like kind of in between. Like you're not spending as much money as you would on a dual motor scooter, but you're still getting a good amount of power here. For a pretty budget price at that. Very capable scooter. All right, guys, this is where I'm going to end this video on the ZU06 KOOMAMBA scooter. Let's see what we did for range here. I did right at 9 miles on this ride. It is still sitting at 4 out of 5 battery bars. This thing is definitely riding really efficient, and you are going to get some great range out of this scooter. I don't know if you're going to get the 50 miles they claim, but it's looking like you're going to get some dang good range, because I've been out here riding pretty hard, guys, and it's only dropped 1 battery bar after 9 miles. To tell you the honest truth, I really enjoyed riding this one. I do like the way I fit on this one. I do like the feel of this one. The suspension feels great. I probably would take that seat off in the end, but I was kind of glad I had it over there on the other side of the lake when I wanted to take a little break, because I was able to sit down, but you could actually still stand up and ride, no problem. There's plenty of space to stand up, even with that seat installed. I have size 12 feet, even with that seat installed, no problem at all. I love the charging port position being right here on top. This is my favorite kind. Many scooters put the charging port down here at the freaking basement, and that's a superior location for the charging port right there. Easy to get to. They do give you the hard case up front, so you can carry your charger and some tools in there. That's pretty cool. And the headlight is mounted down low. A lot of the headlights are mounted up there on the handlebars, and these hard cases, they actually block the headlight. So in my opinion, guys, if you're looking at this scooter, don't even hesitate. This is a nice scooter, really nice scooter, definitely a great ride. You are getting a lot of scooter here for the price it comes at, and it does look super cool. It's got that little snake theme going on with it. All right, guys, if the KOOMAMBA scooter is the scooter for you, I will put the link for this scooter in the description below the video. Please hit like and subscribe to the channel for more e-bike and scooter content like this. I really do appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch you in the next one.